You know, right now we're kind of 3 for 3 for having a good time at the movies, and that makes me really excited. Hey guys, it's Kwana back again with another review. Hope you guys are doing awesome. So I had an opportunity to go solo to see Transformers Rise of the Beast. This one was directed by Steven Caple Jr., who, if you're familiar with his work, he directed Creed 2, which was a really good installment of the Creed franchise. And he's fairly a new director in terms of feature films. So this is only his third feature film. And I really think he hit it out of the park with this one. Transformers Rise of the Beast. I'm going to be completely honest. I have not seen a Transformers film in the theater since Transformers 2. That's how long it's been, because after that, everything just felt sort of lackluster, and I just kind of waited for it to hit streaming services. And even though Bumblebee was really a great reboot for the franchise, I happened to see that via streaming, and so it was really nice to go to the theater and see a big budget, high octane action movie on the big screen. It was a lot of fun. The film stars Anthony Ramos as the main human protagonist, Noah Diaz, who is a ex-vet. Is that right? Well, no, you'd just be a vet. Who plays an army vet who is kind of hard on his luck. He's living at home with his mom and his little brother, and he's just trying to figure out life, right? And then you have Dominique Fishback, who, if you follow my Swarm series, in fact, I think I'll pin it after this. If you haven't checked that out, check that out. She is one of my favorite actresses on the scene right now. She just gives so many levels of engagement and just such great acting chops in that woman. I swear she's so good. And she plays an intern at a museum and kind of like a would-be archaeologist. There actually aren't that many human characters in this movie, but there's a lot more attention paid to the Transformers. Let me just take a moment to update you about the plot of this movie. So this film centers around the villain Unicron, who is like a planet-eating alien, but still kind of robotic. It's kind of weird. And he is attacking the Beast Transformers. If you guys remember Beast Wars from the cartoon series, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They flee to Earth to hide a device that will allow them to transport to different planets, which is what he wants. He wants to be able to go into different universes. They've got their own multiverse, basically, and he wants to be able to eat more planets. And so they have to hide it here on Earth, which is why people are always hiding things for Earth. I don't know. Ultimately, the Transformers who are here on Earth find out that this device is here and think that it will be their opportunity to return home. And then through a comedy of errors with Noah Diaz's character, well, Anthony Ramos's character, Noah Diaz, he ends up inside of Mirage. Now, Mirage is voiced by Pete Davidson. I'm not a big Pete Davidson fan, but he doesn't like irk my nerves in the way that like other actors like Awkwafina might, or someone along, or Amy Schumer, but he can be annoying at times. He was actually enjoyable. I don't know. I think Mirage will be one of those characters that some people will either love or hate. So if you've already seen the film, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the Mirage character. And if you haven't watched the movie yet, come back to this video when you've watched it and let me know what you thought of the character of Mirage. And so that kind of gets Noah caught up in this battle to save Earth, essentially. And along the way, he meets Dominique Fishback's character, Elena, and lucky for them, because she is an expert at reading hieroglyphics and symbols and is able to help them pinpoint where on Earth to go, which is where the Transformers encounters the Maximals. The Maximals. Unicron is voiced by Colman Domingo, who I was like, wait, I recognize that voice. Why is Colman Domingo on this run of playing villainous characters? I don't like it. I don't like it. I love Colman Domingo. He's such a great actor, and he is like trying to make me not like him, and I don't like it, but I am here for the versatility. Along with Colman Domingo, you've got, of course, the return of Peter Cullen, the all-time best Optimus Prime ever. We love him. He's just such a mainstay. Like, you have to have him voicing the character, so it's great to hear him return playing Optimus Prime. You know, he's one of those people who is kind of like a Stan Lee. You kind of want him to go ahead and pre-record himself doing Optimus Prime's voice as much as possible, so that in perpetuity we will always have him voicing Optimus Prime. You also have a ton of other voice actors. You've got Ron Perlman, you've got Michelle Yeoh, you've got Michaela Jae Rodriguez in here, you've got Liza Koshy of all people in here. There's just a slew of voice actors in this movie and giving their best performances. Now let's talk a little bit about the CGI in this movie, because the CGI was really nice. This movie was like wall-to-wall action. I mean, like from minute 15 like is where you start getting some action sequences, and pretty much what it intros with action, and then you get kind of like a little bit of, you know, narrative kind of happening for a little while, and then once you get to like minute like 15 or 20, you're like full action from there on out. And I was almost exhausted at times with how much action it was, but the great thing was nothing moved too fast, so I was able to see everything that was happening. It didn't feel like I was having to squint my eyes, because, you know, the girl got bad vision. I didn't have to squint to see anything. Everything looked really good, really glossy. Everything looked really well polished. It actually looked like the human characters were actually engaging. Like, I couldn't really tell that it was green screened. So that was really, really good. Everybody really gave really good performances, and it was really charismatic. Now, the only downfall for any of this is, I think, look, it's a summer action movie, right? So in terms of that genre, and in terms of having a great time at the theater, do I think you're going to have a great time at the theater? Absolutely. I think you're going to have a great time. And I think as long as you don't mind a couple of like S words and A words, take the family, you know, if you've got teenagers, go see this film. You're going to have a good time, right? But if you are someone who really looks for like high levels of plot development, high levels of character development, and really like nuanced, you know, critique and themes and symbols, you're not going to get that in this movie. Don't go into this movie looking for hidden meanings and nuances and things like that, because you will be let down. The plot is basically really, really simple. And in fact, the only human character that we really get any development with is Anthony Ramos's character of Noah Diaz. I think Dominique Fishback did great with what she had, and I think she definitely tried to bring some nuance and some layers to her character. But her character is pretty much just like the female sidekick who knows some stuff and helps the character who's going to be like more of the muscle character, you know, kind of get things accomplished, right? So she doesn't really have a lot of layers to her. And then Tobe Nwigwe's character, he's not really in the movie all that much, so you're not going to get a lot there, but you know, he brings he's more like comedic relief, if it were. So in terms of that, just like in a general movie sense, like I definitely give Transformers Rise of the Beast a B+. I think on my short I said a 7.5, but I'm gonna bump that up, because on the like settle back in my chair and really think on it and then think about whether I enjoyed myself, I really did enjoy myself at the theater. So I'm going to bump that back up. It's like an 8.2. You know me over here, I like to grade on a curve as an educator. And so I definitely think that you'll have a good time at the theater if you go check out Transformers Rise of the Beast. But let me know if you do, and let me know if you have. And as always, don't forget to engage with me. Let me know what you think about the movie. Are you a fan of the franchise? Are you an OG cartoon loving fan? Or did you really love the 2007 movie? Or you really love Bumblebee? Let's get down in the comments and talk about this. And as always, if you like the video, please click the subscribe and the thumbs up. We are on the way to 1,000. In July, it will be my 5-year anniversary on the channel. So I definitely want to get to 1,000 subscribers by then. So definitely like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, toodles.